Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Um, it is a cold day here in New Hampshire as we get ready for our part of the big winter storm. We're expected to get 18 to 24 inches. Yay. I mean, I know those people down in the south don't want to see the snow, but we love it up here. So, anyways, it's not quite snowing yet, but it's got the big heavy clouds, so you know it's coming. So I thought today we would continue scrapping the Currently Loving kit, and those are scrapping my daughter's wedding photos. And so I have a little something interesting that I'll show you what I'm going to do to kind of make it a little cohesive because I have a lot more pictures than what the kit will allow. So I'm going to make some coordinating pages to go with the kit pages that I've already made. So let me just grab some caffeine here and I will flip the camera down. All right. Just trying to be careful not to spill it anywhere near the photos. Okay, so here is the kit. Currently Loving, and these are the pages that I made last week. This was the actual my husband walking her down the aisle and then um, saying the vows. So I have what I wanted to do was continue these two pages so that I have at the ceremony and um, as they were right just before this part and then right after the second page. So these two pages, I'm going to save these for, I've got, everybody getting ready. I thought might look nice on a page like this. We've got the guys getting ready and the girls getting ready and the groom. And and then I thought these pages could be for the reception, or I might reverse them, actually. We'll see but today I'm not going to do those pictures. I'm going to continue my ceremony pictures. So I'm just going to set those aside. So these are what I have left from the kit. I have a bunch of some stickers and punch outs that oh, that one had a dimensional on it. Oh, I peeled this one off, that's why. um so one thing I will say is when you're like making your kit pages, you might want to save your doodads, either put them on with temporary tape or just kind of lay them, can put them in with the page because I ended up having to move several as I put my other pages together. And in some cases, I actually tore my designer paper that my page was on, but I was moving it because I had so many pictures to put on that it didn't matter. So I do have these little accent pieces left, and I have, let me throw all these in a bin. I also have these scraps here, and I mean, I was even keeping little scraps like that because you just don't know. So I've got all of this extra um, paper from the kit. So I'm going to be tapping into those. And this is just my back one. So I'm going to just set these aside for a moment and bring back in this page here. So I'm going to kind of continue this page with the cloud cover. So I have my own stash of cloud cover. This is two-tone cardstock, so it's lighter on one side and darker on the other. You can see that contrast there. So this used the light side, so I'm going to continue with that. And I'm going to make the 2-page spread that's before my husband walking her down the aisle. But what I wanted to do is kind of mimic what is already there. And in order to do that, I have to kind of tap into some pieces. Like I have one of those left over to make my stripes. And then this piece here is another one of this. So that's the back side of that. So I have the Coordinating Designer Series paper pack. And what I thought I would do is pull out, I hate to cut those flowers off, but actually I'm going to probably cut around some of them and use them as accents. So I just wanted another one of those green pages. And this one doesn't go in there. Or this one goes back in here. All right, so this will be fun. This is kind of like true scrapbooking where I'm going from scratch, but I love that the kit gave me the inspiration. All right, so what I wanted to do different though is this is going to be a 2-page spread, so it's going to open like that. So these two pieces are in the middle, and on my other page, I'm going to put them on the outside. So they'll be on this way. So not a whole lot different, but just a little something different. All right, so first I need to cut my paper. I am going to use this strip because it was already cut. Or I could use this for the flowers actually and make them the same. Let's see what the other one measured here. It will give me an idea of what I want to do. That one measures 4. So if I cut 2, that'll be 8 inches. And this is 3.5. So I think I'm going to go with 3.5. So I have one already cut because I like to conserve my designer paper. And instead of overlapping the blue checkered strip, I can just butt it up next to it. So my strips on that were 1/2 inch. So my overall border there was about 4 1/4. But I'm okay. Well, we could, if we did 3/4 of an inch, 2 of them, then I would have my 4 1/4. So same but different, right? Okay, and I hope that you are scrapping along with me or just crafting along with me. You bring whatever you're working on and we'll just craft together. So now my other page had the strips here, like I said, and just had the strips here, but what we're going to do is move them to this side. And then I'm going to butt this piece up. So that looks great. Let me grab my adhesive. I hope everyone is staying safe with the big storm. I've got family and friends all over the US, and many are being affected in some way, shape, or form from this massive storm. And yesterday I had my card class in person, and one of the ladies' names that comes is named Fern. So we were all joking about her storm. So that's kind of fun. It is what it is, right? You got to just, when you live in New England, we're used to this kind of weather, but I know others are not. And you just hope everybody heeds the warnings and stays home. No unnecessary travel. Ours is going to start here in about an hour or so. And then it will be until tomorrow night. Around 9 o'clock, I think, is when they're expecting the snow to stop. So I see Debbie's here. Debbie, how are you doing with the storm? Debbie's in Missouri. Hope all your men made it home safely from their working. All right, so I have these two pieces ready to go now. Did I get that straight? Straight. Yep, I guess it is. Okay, so here are the photos that I wanted to do. So they got married on an island. So there were pontoon boats that took everybody to the church island. And so I wanted to show like the pontoon boats going to the the wedding, and then we came off the pontoon boat and my daughter met us there. And then what was fun was, let me show you this. So my daughter made her dress, and Chris and Heidi lived together, so they Heidi was making her dress, but Chris never saw it. So here he is seeing her for the first time in her dress. And the expression on his face is like, what are you saying? And look at him. So I have this whole like scene of him seeing her in the dress. And then he's just admiring it. And look at her. She's so proud that he likes it. And there they are getting ready. So I wanted to scrap that kind of whole scenario on these two pages. And then the other side, you know how I said I had, this is before the ceremony, then we have the ceremony, and then we have after the ceremony. So these here are pictures. My son David is walking my mom, and I'm right here, and there's another picture like this of my dad walking me. So, but I think I gave them that picture, so I need to get another one printed. And then here's my mom up close, looking pretty. And there's my daughter Amy and my husband. This is us sitting before the ceremony. And then this is Chris and his brother getting ready. And this is Chris and his brother and his brother's wife. So we're all, you know, kind of, I think they were watching the boat coming in. So anyways, so this is all still before the ceremony. So these are what I wanted to kind of scrap. So I'm hoping I can kind of fit all this on one side and this on the other side of my 2-page spread. But like I said, I take a lot of photos, so this is going to be a little bit tricky. But we'll see. If I have to make up another section, then I will. Oh, I'm good that you did not get as much snow. And are the men home from their trucking? Safe and sound? All right, so let me put these back in order. So I have my pontoon boat coming. And then my husband seeing Heidi. So they were together right before, because we're on an island. There's no way for her to hide. So I thought I would kind of cut this one down a little bit and then cut these down. So I have that. And then this whole scenario of Chris, you know, seeing Heidi. And I might not be able to keep all these photos, but I like these where he's walking across, and see, I can cut those down quite a bit. So let's get chopping and see what we end up with. All right, so let's see here. I'm just chopping off some of the excess, you know, and then we'll see what size photos I end up with, okay? So this, and we were on the last pontoon boat, and we were supposed to be on the first pontoon, well, the second one, because Heidi and Amy went on the first one. And I don't know what happened, but we had our signals crossed and we were late. We were the last ones there. So Heidi was like, "Where have you been?" That's what she's saying. Where have you been? Okay, so let me cut these down too. And that way I might be able to show a whole sequence of what was going on here. This one here, we'll just cut. We had such beautiful weather that day. We were so lucky because it was September 28th, and in New Hampshire, you know, that's the end of summer. So all bets are off on how the weather is. And I'm going to just cut that down a little bit. Let's see if I do about 3 inches. It just reminded me of running towards each other, even though they didn't. Okay, so let's see here. So he sees her. Let's see. Let's move this one off for a minute just so I can lay these next to each other. Something like this. And then, I mean, he was so excited to see her in her dress. I mean, and kudos to Heidi for making her dress. It's amazing. Amazing. All right, so this one I'm gonna do, I'm trying to keep them all about 3 inches tall so I can kind of do a little, they look a little bit continuity. This one's not gonna be 3 inches tall, but let's see what this one's gonna be. Okay, so I have that and I have these two. So that looks good. Ooh, I luckily got them the same height, just about. Let me take a 1/4 inch off of this one. There. So see how it kind of tells the story, right? Are you getting the story here from this little, and I can put my journaling box there. And I have this one here. Okay, so I have my little story coming there. I like that a lot. Okay, so there's that. And then let's see here. And I can even, before the pontoon boats, I can even do it like that. So we see it kind of in a orderly fashion here. This one, and this one, right? So this page is going to have a ton of photos. Here's our boat. Here's Heidi and my husband. Yeah. So I'm going to chop this one down. Let's see what we can do. What was this one here? This one was 3.5 tall. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off. Let's see what we've got. I could probably go smaller. So that's a lot of photos on one page. So let's see if I can cut them any tighter and leave a little bit of room for a journaling. some journaling. So if I did it like that, cut off a little bit of the sky here. So if I kind of do something like that, then I'm leaving a little bit of room right here. And then I have that and that and this. If I put it like that and then over, I got room for a little bit more journaling over here. And I can actually cut this thing a little bit smaller. As I'm talking to myself while we're crafting, right? So Debbie, at my card class, everybody loved the card that I cased from you with the lovely blossoms. So, yeah, that was great. Okay, so then I also have, let me see here, I have this. Now, something like that. Beautiful. Let's see here, if I move it over, and because I don't want it like, something like that. Maybe. This one can still come over a little bit. And then I have room for like some flower. Like I said, I wanted to add some flowers. So what do you think? Should I put the pontoon boat at the top and then, because that's kind of the order. So let me see here if I can push that all down. So if we do this, like so. See here. I can kind of move it over. I like it on the cloud cover. And then I have room here. I can do a little journaling. And then this one's going to go back this way. So they're kind of lined up, but not lined up. If that makes sense. This to go right there. Let's move that over a little bit so the beautiful is not on top of his head. Okay, I'm liking it. And then I have my pontoon boat and my husband and my daughter, something like that. So these can go up a little bit to give more room for that beautiful not to be on top of anybody's head. Or I can move it down too. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. I like it here because then it says beautiful about her. What do you think? So what I want to do is, let me see if I have a punch out journaling box still to see what I can add for doodads here. I have a little strip here that I can just make into a banner and add something there. I can cut these, round them off, and use that. That wouldn't be bad, but it doesn't really, I need something to break up that pool party right there. Let's see. Oh, you know what? So when you take your stickers off, you have this space in between. So that's another, don't throw it away because you can use this little piece too. So let's see here. I can do my cherished sticker up here. And I have this I can use as a journaling box too. And that would break up the, and I have picture perfect too. So maybe I'll do picture perfect instead of beautiful. Hello, hello, Cindy. All right, let's see here. So then my question is, do I want to back these on, mount them on white? So let me bring in my page. See how I had a little bit of white around? I like to border my photos. So let me grab my white willow here, which I happen to have right next to me. I was organizing. I got my new pockets to keep my paper nicely, and I have a whole bunch of different sizes in here, so we might be able to use, reuse, right? Reuse, recycle. Let's see here, a bunch of different sizes. Okay, and then I have full pieces we can cut down. So let's see what we've got here. This piece here. Looks good. And I want a teeny, 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 tiny border. So that's what I'm going to go with. Here's my little cutter at, oh, right next to me. So I'm going to stick these on as I go. And if I have to cut them a little tighter, I will. Teeny, teeny, tiny border. It's just enough to help frame the photos. Okay. All right, and then I need a piece here. These little doodads are like in my way. Try that one. Let's see what I have here. Cindy, I wanted to tell you I sold one of my bags at the local store that I put them in. And I thought of you. I wanted to tell you I was so proud of myself, and thank you so much for your inspiration to make those gift bags. And we have to, Debbie and Cindy, we have to make up a time to make our projects from our Connect and Create. I've already kind of been making them, but Debbie hasn't. So I will just make a second batch or finish the ones I was waiting. I had to place an order, so I was waiting for my order to come in, but it's here now. And of course, I forgot some of my stuff to order. All right, so I'm going to cut off just a smidge of this one so that I can use this piece here. Yep. You got some snow. I bet you did. Ours hasn't come yet, Cindy. It should be starting here in about an hour, and it's going to go through till tomorrow night. So we're expected to get 18 to 24 inches here in New Hampshire, which of course we love the snow. So, and we have the equipment, and everybody's ready for it, but you still got to be careful. It's bitterly cold though, really, really cold. Okay, so I'm getting there with my photos. I'm reusing my strips. So this was 3 inches, so I'm cutting them down to 2. What did I cut that one down? My strip now is 3. So I cut my photo down to 2 7/8. So that's what I'm going to do here. So, Cindy, I was saying before I got started that we were on an island. They got married on an island. So here's the pontoon boat. And then Marty and I came off, and Marty saw Heidi for the first time and gave a hug. And then Chris, you know, Heidi made her dress. And so this is the scene of Chris seeing Heidi for the first time in her dress. So it's just so special. Let's see here. Okay, I need to cut a little bit more. This piece here could go here, I think. Yep. Just cut a whisper on it. Just a whisper. You're supposed to get 12, but you think you got 6? Well, that's because the other 6 are coming our way. Which I know you say you can have it, right? No snow for you. All right, so I've got another one. Are you guys crafting with me? Let me know. Yeah, they are a beautiful couple. It was I mean, such a fantastic day. I know keep saying it, but it really was absolutely fantastic. Let me see. I'm just trying to use this last little piece here before I cut some more down. So, have you guys made any of your projects from the Connect and Create, or were you just um, getting ready to do it? Because we need to schedule a time to finish them. I had some of mine made and I showed them in my card class, and everybody, oh my gosh, the picnic basket was phenomenal. So everybody loved the picnic basket that I made. Isn't that cute? With the little piece of tablecloth coming out and my tag. And the only thing is, Cindy, what do you think? I was going to put this kind of a, you know, another piece of this in the center there, because to me, it looks a little funny. Debbie didn't think so, but, and then I have my cards that I made in there. What do you think? Yay or nay to putting another piece in the middle there? And then I'll go with whatever the majority is. So Debbie said no. Let's see here. This piece is not going to be big enough. Okay, so let me get another piece of my white willow so I can cut it down. I need my big trimmer for that. I came upstairs from my card class and basically sat on the chair and could not move from that point on. So my husband's like, "What's for supper?" I said, "I don't know. I'm not getting up." Oh, you and Debbie agree. Okay. Have you made your picnic basket, Cindy? All right. So I have the big piece cut, and let's see here. Let's see. This one here is. I need a 3.5 inch. Let me look and see. And I am going to take a smidge off of both pieces. I really want a skinny border. Especially since I don't have a lot of room between pictures. There, I like that. Attach that one. Is that the piece I just cut? Why doesn't it fit? Oh, good. So we got to schedule a time to all of us get together and make. I gotta just nip a little tiny bit off because for some reason I cut too much off the side of my white. There we go. There we go. Down so I can. Oh, there we go. And this one is 3 inches, and I'm going to do 3 1/8. So I keep my skinny border. Something like that. Yep. And just a smidge. Don't you love it when we have like words like a smidge and everything, and then it's like, well, how big is a smidge? Well, it's that big. Okay, so that one goes on here. So are you guys crafting today? Because we could get together later today if you want. So isn't this fun? They had a line of pontoon boats coming. We were supposed to be on the first, we were on the last, and so we were late getting there, and Heidi was freaking out slightly, not bad, but slightly. And it just kind of, I don't know what happened. We got mixed up on of when we were supposed to be where. And plus, I was we had my parents with me, so we couldn't really take off on them, obviously. So it all worked out. All right, so there we go. We've got our pictures are mounted with my skinny borders. Okay, so let's see here. How does this look now? So I kind of want to say something like getting to the island by pontoon boat. I might put something like that. Whoops, I didn't want this one. I also found out in my card class that two of my downline members are also Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So now, tomorrow night, I have my Zoom on Paper Pumpkin, and I will be able to. Now I'll have 3 or 4 plus me plus Deb and Cindy. If I'll send you the Zoom link if you would like to join us, you can. We're going to be crafting the January Paper Pumpkin kit with making some of the alternatives that Deb came up with. All right, so let's see here. If I take this, no, it does look kind of funny that with the same. Let me see here. Maybe I will take, because where's my flowers at? I want to cut some more flowers, so let me see. Okay, so if I take this piece and I cut, like this flower is perfect, not too big, not too small. This one here is good too. So let me just cut a couple of them out. Because I need to know where my doodads are before I tuck my any journaling in. And I'm only fussy cutting because I already used the stickers that came with the kit. I am extending my kit so that my pages are all, they're cohesive. Let's see, I think I need let's do one set of flowers at a time so that I don't cut my paper where I didn't mean to. Okay. So like if I put a doodad, yes. Yes, please to doodads, right? Oh, that'll be fun. So what I'm gonna do is start off making the kit, making the 3 projects that come in the kit as is, and then we will go from there. Because I don't know what the other attendees have for supplies, so I know that some of the alternatives, mostly they just used white cardstock as the base. So I think I will put that in the Zoom link instructions to just have some extra thick basic white if possible, but if you don't, just use the regular basic white because we're gonna kind of double everything up anyways, so it will get thicker as we go. That sounds like fun. And it's 7 o'clock Eastern time is the time. 7 to 9. I'm trying to cut it close because it's a petal pink background and I don't want too much of that shown, but just enough to give it a little oomph. See, if I put it somewhere where there's like, it looks like you don't notice that little bit of white right there. Okay, and let's do this one. And we don't need too many because this page is already crowded, but I like to use a lot of pictures. You know what I should do is I should do a flip flap with the journaling. And I could do it with that picture there. Maybe I will try that, huh? That would be kind of fun. Let me see what size flip flap I have. Just finishing my little fuzzy cutting, which I don't mind, but I know a lot of people really do not like it. But that's okay. Sometimes you just got to get the doodad that you need. So something like this. If I move that over and I give myself a little something something right there, where I put it down towards the bottom. Yep. How about like that? I like it. Do you guys like this so far? All right. And let me see what I got for a flip flap. A 3x4 and a 4x4. I thought I had a 3x3. Maybe we don't have 3x3s. Okay. So let's see here. I got a 3x4. That might work there. Okay. So let me see here. Yeah. So it's like that. And you flip it up. Isn't that fun? And at the top of my photo album page, I can just do a little snip. Let's see. Oh, it goes like this. Oh, that's the tape. No, this is all the adhesive. Okay, so this will go first. And then I just need to put in a journaling piece behind it. Let's just take a little scrap here just for now so that we know what it's going to look like. Oh, you know what? I could even journal right on the back of the white. Yes. So, okay. So I have that and that. Oh, I like it. This would be my first time using a flip flap. Okay, so I've got this, and then I had some little doodads. Um, you know, what color do I want? I think just another white one, don't you think? Because this is the darker pool party. What did or cloud cover, sorry. Oh, I do have something. I have this little peach one. So I can do this little peach one right here and do something like, oh, I didn't want to take that off I'll just move it down here. Something there. And then I could say, you know, first look at the dress, or I don't know. It's kind of a small, oh, you know what I could do though is cut that a little bit, cut it wider, right? And then here's my little peach and add it to just make that a little bit wider. So let me see what I'm trying to say. So this piece here is, where's my, that little sticker is a 1/2 inch. So I just want a 1/2 inch cut off. See what I'm trying to do? Ooh, and I could even contrast it. I'll put that on the end. Let me see here. I need a little piece of wax that I can cut. And this one's already off. So we will do this. Okay, so this is what I had in mind. If I do something like take a strip, add just a little square with that doodad on the end. I have my flip flap, I have this and this. I'm looking now for a spot to say something. Where is the tape at on this? Does it go all the way to the top? So that's not going to show that little tape, and I can actually cut that a little smaller too. So if I have these arranged like this, oh, you know what would be even a better thing? A circle. Yes, a circle right here. And then I don't have to try to squish it, my writing onto another. And I've got so much rectangles going right now. So let me grab a circle punch. Need a supersized one. 1¼ inch. But I do like having the petal pink. So this is a 1¾ inch. And then if I did something like that and added another flower, then I can say what I want to say, right? Let's see here. So I'm going to do something like that. I don't know what happened to my other flower. It went missing. Look it, and I have a little flower too, a circle flower. Oh, oh my gosh, you guys, it's coming together. All right, let me put these down because they're moving all around and I need to figure it out. All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go top to bottom first because I don't like them all lining up exactly right. So I'm going to just offset that one smidge, and then I'll put this one back in line. Okay, then this one is going to be, because these tell a story, so I want these to be, you know, kind of, this is the story, you know what I'm saying? Is him seeing her for the first time. That, let me put this one down. Flip flap is going to go there. I'm going to be daring and go ahead and peel it off. Hopefully that will work. So let me see here. You're going to see the tape. So now let me think about this. Do they put it? Maybe they, oh, okay. I get it. Hold on. I got to turn my picture around again. So you fold it back like so the tape doesn't show. Is that right? Yep, that is right. Okay, so I'm folding it back. And let's do it like so. And then I just go like this to see the rest of it. Yay. Okay, and then I've got this and this. I'm gonna do something like this here. And then there's another, where did my flowers go? Flower, you keep moving. Right, well, I don't know where my flower went, but that's all right because we're gonna use a couple of them. So let me see here. I want not too big of a flower. Hmm. This one here. There's a small one right next to it. Okay, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Sorry you have to watch me fussy cut again, but I can't find my flowers. And you know what will happen. I'll find them the minute I get done cutting. After I get done here, we're going over to my parents to just check in on them before the storm and see if they need us to do anything before the storm. We all have our generators gassed up and everything. We're not supposed to lose power. The snow is going to be, because of the cold temperature, it's going to be light and fluffy, which is why it's going to, you know, get so much snow. I really hope we get to 2 feet though. 18 inches is good too. Marty's going to go skiing Tuesday for sure, because Monday we'll be cleaning up. And then he's going to go skiing in the morning, he said, and he's going to do indoor golfing in the afternoon. The life of being retired, right? Me, on the other hand, I will be at work. But Monday we get to telework because of the storm, so. All right, there's my flower. I'm not losing it this time. And I want a flower to kind of go like there. And then I'm going to take the smaller flower and put it on my journaling. So I need to say something about the pontoon boats brought everybody to the island. And then well, I kind of want that a separate journaling box. So let me see here. Let me see what I'm going to do here. One moment, please. I can have all the snow, Debbie says. Yes, I'll take it. And you know, I mean, normally when Marty was working, I would have to do all the snow removal because he always got called in for snow removal for his job. So I am not doing any of it because of my back still rehabbing. So sorry, Marty, you have to do it all, and I will cheer you on from the window where it's nice and warm and everything. But when it's this light and blowy, he can use the leaf blower actually to move it. Okay, so I'm going to move this down. I've got that one. These are attached. This is attached. So, you know, maybe what I'll do is put this right on the flip flap and just say that everyone arrived by pontoon boat. See if I can do it without messing it up. Actually, I think I'm going to write it on here and use my little thing I wanted to do. So the pontoon boats brought everybody. To Church Island. Okay. And if I do something like this, that, I could just do an angle cut and do a little so. Something like that. And you know what? Is this removable? Come on. I just need to move it up a smidge. I put it just a smidge too low. Sorry, I got my sleeve in the camera. I'm all bundled up in a heavy sweatshirt. But I have my flip-flops on, so. Oh. Flip it up, but that's all right. That's all right. Here, I'm going to put it like that. The top of the white piece is going to be lined up with that, and that gives me just enough room for that. So I have that. Okay, you guys, it's coming together. And this is Heidi's first, or Chris's, what should I say? Chris's first look at Heidi in her dress that she made. Chris was blown away seeing Heidi in her dress. When he saw Heidi in her dress that she made. Okay, so I've got that and this. This is gonna, is this one taped? That one's taped. This one's here. I think I'm gonna go move these over just a smidge, and I'll put this here with the flower. Maybe I'll put the bigger flower down here since I have room. There, and the flower down, covering my little heart I made. Okay, like that. I like it. Do you guys like it? I can bring this in just a smidge. All right, let me put this one down because this one's outside of, oops, tape, tape. Okay, so let's see here. My gosh, you guys, are you yelling at me because I'm putting it down? I'm all concerned about the side margin and stuff, but the picture itself was upside down. Ha, ha, ha. All right. So I love this. This is so, it tells the story and that's what it's all about, right? All right, so I'm going to put these two together. Then I'm going to put this one here. So I don't want that leaf like pointing at her butt. Sorry, Heidi. See that one looks good too. I like it up higher. I can't figure out where to put my circle. How about like that? Okay. And I think I'm going to pop that up. I don't use a lot of dimensionals in my scrapbooking pages, but I think that needs to be popped up a little bit. Do you think I should leave the little heart I made and put it like that? I guess so. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show my heart. How about that? All right, let me put this down. Writing wasn't very straight, and my heart definitely isn't straight. That's okay. You know what? That is true life scrapbooking. Love it. Right, so we've got not loving the flower at all. Leave it with no flower? What? How about if I do the flower like over here and then I can just cut off the excess? That looks all right, right? I gotta have the flower. I already put dimensionals on. All right, let's see here. Maybe the smaller flower. I like the flower. I really do. So I'm going to use the flower. I spent all that time cutting it. I've got to use it. All right, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do the small flower up here. So it kind of ties it together. And I'm just going to tape that one down. You like that one? Yes, on the side. Over here. Okay. So if I do it something like that. Wait. No over here. Is this okay up here? I liked it up here. Okay, I stuck it down. But I have one more. I have one more circle, which would be really nice. This one here. I could put that in the corner there, and that would tie the pink and, oh, you liked, well, this is what I'm going to do. Hold on a minute. Hold the phone. Okay, so I have this flower here, and this is a sticker that I can put right here. It's getting close to his head. Let's see here. If I did that like that, then it ties the pink and the flowers all together, right? Oh, it's snowing. Okay, so I have that like that, and then smaller by the journaling, larger one on the side. Okay, okay, okay. Let me see if I can peel up my dimensionals here. Okay, so if I did something like that, just chop off that leaf and then do something like this here. Oops, something like that. Ooh, and it's not lined up exact either, so I like that. Okay, good, good. Okay, and if I do something like this and this, and I'm using that other round circle, the other round one somewhere, guys. So I am. So by offsetting it a little, flower, it's not just a straight line up and down. And see, I really like this. So let me see what it looks like with this closer to the size that it's going to be. Or I could save this for the other half of the picture. Maybe I'll do that. And then I just have this. Okay, let me pop up this journaling. Actually, I don't. I want to tape it down in case that flip flap hits it. Oh, goodness, my tape went out of control. Just if you ever over tape, just roll it back on itself, and that looks good. Heidi was blown away when he saw, or Chris was blown away when he saw Heidi in her dress that she made. Yay! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pictures on this page. And I have this. I can add more about, you know, we came on the boat, and this is Heidi and Marty seeing each other for the first time. And I'll cut this leaf off. There. All right. And I'll save this for the other half, which we will do next week. So I'm glad I didn't peel off the sticker on that one. And that'll give me time to kind of cut some more flowers. If I decide I want to cut more flowers, I need another dot right there. And so, all right. Hold on one second here. Let me just put this underneath. And I love it, you guys. Okay, so let me show you how the pages are going so far. So I have, oh, do you know what I did? I meant to have this on the outside. And I didn't. I did it this way, which is the same as the other way. So now they're going to look the same. Okay, so my 2-page spread's going to look like this. So this is one half. This is the second half. And then we're going to flip the page over, right? And then we'll have this page here. And then I will have this page right there. Then we'll flip it over, and I will have my next 2 pages with, you know, at the ceremony. I won't have as many pictures, so I'll have a little bit more room to spread things out. Oh, no, this isn't. Sorry, because these are going to go on that other page. These are going to go over here. So I've got, you know, my mom and our I'm going to get that picture back from my parents. I've got this, I got this, I got this, and this. So I've got a couple pictures I got to chop down. Chop, chop, chop. So that'll be the other side. Then we have the ceremony, and then after the ceremony, we've got all the family photos. So that'll be fun. Okay, let me come back and see you guys. Hey, so thank you for crafting along with me today. I hope you enjoy scrapping with me or crafting. And you know, scrapbooking is a personal thing, and there's no right or wrong way to do it, to do the journaling. You got to do what works for you and your photos. So you can see that I'm somebody that takes a lot of pictures. I mean, it is a pretty big event. And so I'm trying to kind of separate the wedding into getting ready, being on the island, and then the reception will be the third. And so in the kit where it has the three 2-page layouts, I'm going to have my layouts representing different things. But getting ready, that will only be the 2-page spread. Then the ceremony is the more than 2 pages. And then the reception, I'm not sure if that's going to be just 1 2-page spread or if it's going to be 2. So we'll have to see what looks. Oh, okay. So flip flap when I have too many photos. I know, but you know, you have to, in order to do the flip flaps, you have to cut your photo album. So the sleeve with an X-Acto knife, and I don't want to have too many on the same sleeve. I'm a little scared to cut them. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah. So anyways, thanks you guys. And we'll see you next week. I have my Zoom for Paper Pumpkin subscribers tomorrow night. And also Thursday, I'll be back with another sketch. So have a great weekend. I'll let you know how much snow we get too.